Hybrid training went from super niche to extremely popular in a very short period of time. And these days I'm getting bombarded by hundreds of beautiful, juicy looking men telling me I need to start doing hybrid training so that I can be as jacked and sexy and fast as they are. But there's one thing they don't know. I've been doing hybrid for about 2 years and I'm talking the classic, running and going to the gym. So this is gonna be your chance to understand hybrid training fully with all its benefits and flaws. What even is hybrid training? Hybrid combines multiple disciplines with the most common combination being strength and endurance. The goal is to develop our aerobic capacity and increase strength and muscular development simultaneously. So here are a couple of iterations of that. The most common one, as I just said, going to the gym and running. But instead of going to the gym, you could be doing calisthenics or anything else. And instead of running, it could be swimming, biking, boxing. Your imagination is the limit. But what I have decided to focus on is the most common one, running and going to the gym. Let's be honest, Nick Bare made running, going to the gym the hybrid thing. But let's talk about the goals of hybrid training, because they do differentiate from other sports. With most sports, we want to get as good as possible and optimize towards one specific thing. With running, it's your marathon time, your half marathon time, your ultra marathon time. With going to the gym and bodybuilding, it's about maximizing muscle growth. But with hybrid training, we don't have this focus on one specific thing. As a hybrid athlete, our goal is to be as good as possible at 2 things simultaneously. But wait, who is this weird construct of doing so much really for? Basically, athletes training for very demanding events. Ironman, high rocks, ultramarathons, marathons. You will benefit a lot from doing hybrid training going into these events because the likelihood of injury is just far smaller through the strength training and the muscular development, especially on those very long and grueling events. Keyword ultramarathons, 250 mile, 200 mile. These exist, and if you participate in such an event without having enough muscle mass, I mean, you're pretty much signed up to fuck up your body. But it doesn't have to be for these extreme athletes exclusively. If your goal is just to look good, be strong, run, bike, swim efficiently, there's absolutely nothing holding you back from starting. And if it's just somebody who's a little bit bored by this one-dimensional training approach and you're looking for things to spice things up a little bit, this could be the thing you're searching for. But enough with all the basics, let's talk about this spicy stuff, the things that I'm most interested in and that I'm actually struggling with and have been struggling with for quite a while. And that's the challenges and limitations that arise by doing hybrid training. All of this may sound too good to be true. And you know what? It's too good to be true. Let's elaborate a little bit further on that. First thing that arises and comes to mind when thinking about what could go wrong with this hybrid thing is recovery. Doing too much will lead to overtraining, and that will at some point let your performance just like plummet and go down the drain. And this is the whole problem of this hybrid concept. When doing multiple things at the same time, it gets kind of hard to not do too much, especially if you want to do both things, that's 4, both things at a high level and progress both at the same time. Yeah, obviously that's pretty hard, because just progressing with one thing alone, running or lifting, in itself can be quite the challenge, and it's hard to recover from that. So it's all about finding the right balance between the two. So instead of doing 100% for both at the same time, we need to reduce and adjust. Short example, I went from going to the gym 6 times a week to going to the gym 4 times a week and running twice and then 3 times. Just adding 3 runs to the 6 sessions in the gym would have probably killed me, gonna be honest, because the 6 gym sessions in themselves were taking up 100% of what I can recover from. So you need to find a somewhat decent compromise. And even now again, I've done the same thing. I went from going to the gym 4 times a week and running 3 times a week to now going to the gym 3 times a week and running 8 to 9 times. And it's all about finding the right balance. Have I added another 6 hard runs? No, I've added another 6 relatively easy runs, just accumulating mileage so that I'm building a proper base in order to get really fucking fast and really fucking enduring. And the 3 gym sessions are pretty much perfectly customized to my personal needs. So the better you know your body, the easier this process will be. Okay, it's time to get kind of nerdy, let's go. Let's talk about the interference effect. What is the interference effect? And why do you need to periodize? So the interference effect comes in 3 different variations. There's positive interference, there's neutral interference, and there's negative interference. Positive interference is when we're doing 2 things simultaneously that benefit from each other. Neutral interference is when the 2 just don't do anything and they just exist in harmony. And the negative interference effect, as you can imagine, is just that the 2 things that you're currently doing just don't really work that well together, and it has a negative effect on both. And as you can imagine, going to the gym and running, in what category does that fall? Right, negative interference effect. We love it. That's incredible news, right? But let's mention a couple of points how we can deal with this and make it slightly better. So there's obviously the basics, fueling properly for your workout, so eating enough carbs and having some water with electrolytes pre-run, pre-gym session, pre-whatever. And it's gonna have a tremendously positive impact on your performance and obviously on your recovery. Then there's spreading your sessions out properly, so not having your run right after a gym session and trying to have enough space in between them, and that comes with a good training plan. So actually paying some attention to that and spending some time on creating the ideal plan for your training week. And then there's prioritizing the good old sleepy time. Obviously, quite a good idea to sleep enough for ideal recovery and not moving all the time throughout each and every day. Because adding extra movement will lead to, well, more recovery demands. So if you can, rest as much as possible. Lay down on that sofa and chill once in a while. Actually, that's something good, that's something productive if it's done for the purpose of recovering better and being able to perform well. We're actually reaching the end of the video with the last proper point. Super simple. Have periods where running has a higher priority and have periods where going to the gym has a higher priority. Based on competitions, personal goals, just what you desire more, and probably the season. Winter season for bulking and going hard in the gym, spring and fall ideal for running, and the summer, yeah, that's personal preference. I think it's just, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm gonna suffer. Having dedicated seasons and months for either running or going to the gym will make it far easier to progress, obviously. During that time, you're, for example, gonna ramp up the running volume properly and going really hard on that, and then just drop the gym to maintenance, and you'll be completely fine. It's gonna make it far easier to progress on one thing at a time whilst maintaining the other, especially if you're going for competition, let's say marathon, and obviously running is gonna be far more important there. It's fine and in your interest to just reduce the gym slightly. Don't have to worry about losing all of your muscle mass, that won't happen. But as the title of the video says, there's one more thing that we need to talk about, and that is my training week. Let's have a quick breakdown of how my training week is currently looking. Let's head into it. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to leave a like, follow and comment something below. Maybe some ideas for the next videos, maybe some questions. I am gonna answer everything. And as always, see you guys next week. Bye!